Hello and welcome to another Cliff Reviews Art House. This time I'm reviewing the film All of Us Strangers, directed by Andrew Haigh. This is a really interesting film. The most noticeable thing about it is the atmosphere it creates. It's an extremely quiet film and it's got a really dreamy quality, as if nothing in it is quite real. The whole film could be a dream, or we could be in someone's mind as they do a therapy session. The story follows Adam, a character who's exploring his past through meeting his deceased parents. It's a story of healing, which is why to me it felt like a therapy session. Perhaps I say this because I've done some work myself about my parents. I haven't met them as he has, but the film did make me think a lot about my dead parents. The other aspect of the story is his relationship with Harry. There was always something that seemed a bit unconvincing about this relationship to me. This was very much set within that dreamy quality of the film, and I just never quite felt it was real. So the question is, are we seeing something real with elements of fantasy, or is the whole thing a dream, therapy, or even death? I'm going to talk about what actually happens now, so if you don't want spoilers, switch off now. I always felt that there was something otherworldly about this film. I think the film has enough ambiguity that it doesn't have clear explanations. I felt the world that this was set in was so odd that nothing was taking place in the real world. Obviously, we find out at the end that Harry has committed suicide. I do think it's also possible that Adam is dead too. The fact that the building is empty is so strange. Nothing seems like the real world. Although the one exception to this is when they go on the tube. That all seems perfectly normal. It kind of didn't feel right, that. I like this ambiguity about what happens though. The cinematography is great. As I say, there's a real dreamy and surreal quality to the film all the way through. The use of light, the use of close-ups and intimate framing. We're really able to see the nuanced performances of the cast close up. The period elements of the film are great too, and the transition between today and the past are seamless. This is done really well, I think. One thing that I felt in this film was that Adam's dad was going to reveal that he was also gay like his son. I kept feeling like this was going to be revealed. I guess initially when they meet, it does look like it's a pickup in the park. None of this is ever explicit, but his discussions with his dad felt like this issue was just beneath the surface. And again, I kind of really like this ambiguity. It's clever, the difference in attitudes towards homosexuality between the past with his parents and the present. As I say, the transitions are seamless between the different time periods, as are these differences in attitudes. They're highlighted, but they don't present a barrier to the reconciliation and healing. The more I think about it, the more I think that the meetings with his parents are fantastic, really memorable. The cast is absolutely brilliant. Andrew Scott and Paul Mescal are excellent, as are Claire Foy and Jamie Bell as Adam's parents. That said, I'm going to say something that I'm not sure is fair. I've seen Andrew Scott in only a couple of films. People talk about him as if he's an extraordinary actor, and I do think that he is, but the key word here is actor. I find his performances to be such earnest acting. Robert Bresson used to make his actors repeat scenes so many times to get rid of the acted emotion, almost to transcend the act of acting. Andrew Scott is the exact opposite. He's an actor with a capital A. He's a brilliant actor, but I just have a feeling that I never forget he's acting. I share this because I felt this a lot in this film. But I can totally accept that I might be wrong, and if I watch it again or I watch more of his work, I may completely change my view. But I thought it right to share this rather than just joining in with everyone else saying what a great actor he is. I'm not sure about the final scene of the film where we see the spirits floating in the air as stars, eventually being consumed by a white light. Again, I felt that this confirmed that Adam is probably dead, but I think I'm happier with the ambiguity that not having this scene leaves. It just seemed a bit too contrived as an ending, and perhaps a bit melodramatic with the Frankie Goes to Hollywood song The Power of Love. All that said, I very much enjoyed this film. I liked the dreamy world that it created, and I loved the themes of love and healing. This feels like a film which gets beneath the skin into the emotions of people that are not fully happy or connected with others. The title All of Us Strangers suggests that nobody feels fully connected to the others, and yet somehow they all come together and found love and connection before dying. I absolutely recommend this film. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.